Hi everybody, welcome back to another Asus Rog Ally video, and in this one I want to do a showcase of PC DayZ to show you what this amazing little device is capable of. And remember, this Rog Ally that Asus UK have been kind enough to lend me for a couple of weeks is the non-extreme version. Now the setup we've got here is my Rog Ally is sitting in a USB-C dock, like the one I use for my Steam Deck. So it kind of plugs into the USB-C connector at the back. And then if you look at these docks on Amazon, you'll kind of see that it kind of sits in here, which is very nice. And at the back, you've got a number of ports, HDMI, USB-C, ordinary USB as well, which means that I can have plugged in a simple wireless keyboard and mouse, because although there is controller support sort of for PC DayZ, it's not great. You're really going to be using that. So because it takes a while to load, let's fire this up and I'll talk while it's loading up. The beauty of using some Windows handheld PC like the Rog Ally is the fact that this is exactly the same as when you're using your PC, your gaming PC or your gaming laptop. It all works exactly the same. It's a Windows 11 PC with controllers attached to and some extra stuff in. So what I also want to show is the fact that if we go into the mods, we can have mods. So if we go into servers, what I've got running on our local network here is I've actually got my server. So if we say join to that, you can see that on my server there's VPP Admin Tools, Zomberry and Community Framework. So if I just say set up mods and load, it's now going to load us into the server with mods. Unfortunately, on the Steam Deck, at the time of recording this video, the launcher doesn't work correctly in the way that it handles mods. Now, I understand the DayZ devs are working on it because the Arma 3 devs have sorted it out, but kind of let's see what they do. What happens is you can either run it vanilla without mods, or there's various workarounds you have to do, but this is really simple. Now, with this non-extreme version of the Ally, what I found you have to do if you want to get it running really nice and smoothly with games like DayZ and these more graphically demanding games, is you want to set it to 720p mode, 60 Hz in the Windows settings or in the control panel settings. And what I found is that then gives you really nice performance, It's excellent. And my theory behind this is because we're in handheld mode, we're only running at 15 watts TDP, which is similar to what the Steam Deck will do. The extra cores that the Extreme has and that the Extreme can bring online when you're using higher power don't come into play quite as much. So as you can see, we're in Electro. And remember that I'm the only one on this server, so it's not a high load server or anything like that. But if we bring up the monitor, let's see. So we're getting, if you look at the top right hand corner, you can see we get about 60 frames per second. So this panel is maxed out at 60 frames per second. It's 720p, 60 Hz. Now don't let that 720p set you off. I know we get obsessed with 1080p, 1440p. 4K and all this sort of stuff, but on these small little screens you don't need massive amounts of resolution. And if you are having, if you are struggling with any handheld gaming device, whether that be a Rog Ally or a Steam Deck or a Lenovo Legion Go, do consider changing your resolution down to something a little bit more handleable. So there's a zombie. Now before we get involved in any fight, so as you can see, we're getting between 50 and 60 frames a second, which I think is absolutely fine. And the amazing thing you see about this panel that the Rog Ally has for the extreme and the non-extreme version is its variable refresh rate. It's a VRR. That was a mistake. Oh, and I haven't turned on invincibility yet. What we can turn on is, and then we can do this. There we go. So we are now on top of this building where the zombies can't get to us. So the advantage with the variable refresh rate screen is that even at low frame rates, the gameplay looks incredibly smooth. And this is I think this is a fantastic panel. I wish they put this panel on the Steam Deck. I would swap this for the Steam Deck OLED panel any day. It's really opened my eyes to the benefits of understanding what VRR is all about, and it really is, in my opinion, very, very special indeed. So we've got a few zombies, but we're still running at 60 frames a second. Again, maybe if we're in a car or something like that, that would be slightly different. So what I kind of showcased quickly there was the fact that we've got mods. So if I press O, here we've got Zomberry Admin tools, which is nice and cool. But also at the same time, we've got VPP Plus as well. Oh, didn't want to do that. So if we press backspace, we can go into 3D camera mode, go into free cam mode, and we can have a look around. And I know it's difficult to kind of really appreciate this. When we go under the map, when you're watching this on YouTube, maybe on a mobile phone, on a video that's been recorded on a mobile phone as well. Tell you what, let's time, day, set the weather. There we go. Get a bit of a bluer sky. That's nice, isn't it? It might not look as amazing as you think it would do, but I mean, this is fantastic. So you might say, well, surely, Rob, though, by doing something like this, let's teleport our character here. There we go. You've got a keyboard and mouse. Aren't you kind of negating the advantage of having a handheld? Well, unfortunately, there are some games, and DayZ is a good example. PC DayZ, that is, and Armour is another example. There's loads of others where controller support is sadly lacking, and you really need to have some sort of keyboard or mouse attached to your device. I think really the use case scenario for something like this could well be, say you're really, really into DayZ. It's your favorite game, and what you would like is a solution whereby you can take your device, in this case Rog Ally, with you, say to work. Say you're lucky enough to work somewhere where you have an hour for lunch, and so you go to work and you take your Rog Ally, you take your keyboard, you take your mouse, you take your dock, and you probably take a charger as well. And then, for your lunch break, you can play DayZ. It's not as big as a laptop. It's not as expensive as a laptop. You can use it handheld, say, on the bus or on the train, or if you're a passenger in a car playing games that don't require keyboard and mouse or have controller support, and really kind of enjoy things that way. Or maybe you're going on holiday, so you're going on holiday, you don't want to pack and take a big laptop or a computer, but you can take your Rog Ally, you can take your dock. You could even use a USB dongle and then just rest the Rog Ally up against something, and you could take a small keyboard or mouse. Now this keyboard is quite a large one because it's got a numpad on, but also you can get much, much smaller keyboards, can't you? And you can even get mini mouses. Hello, that's not something I meant to say, and really enjoy the game that way. So I think there are definitely use case scenarios for this, and I guess if you're thinking of a particular use case, you're probably watching this and thinking, oh yeah, this would work for me. Now, the big advantage of the Rog Ally is the fact that it's a Windows-based PC. The big disadvantage of the Rog Ally is the fact that it's a Windows-based PC. So what that means is that using it, as soon as you get used to Windows 11, that is, it's just as easy as using any Windows PC. Things installed the same. Steam, you can install all your different launchers, all that sort of stuff, which unfortunately you can't do easily on the Steam Deck. The disadvantage is the fact that, unfortunately, good old Windows isn't optimized at the moment, at the time of recording this video, for handheld gaming devices. And what that means is the interface can be a little bit clunky. I say can be a little bit clunky. I found that as soon as you get used to controlling the mouse with the thumbstick and using the bumpers and the triggers, or the shoulder buttons and the triggers, to do it, it is doable, and the keyboard's good, and you do get used to it in the same way you do on something like a Steam Deck. But the biggest disadvantage is probably battery life and updates. So, when you turn on your computer, you turn on your gaming PC, and invariably Windows wants to do an update, and that sort of thing kind of happens. And obviously, if you're using your device and you get on the train and you think, all right, I've got a couple of hours to get to the next station, get to where I want to go, and you fire up your ROG Ally, and then, by the way, Windows wants to do a big update. That's a pain, but that's just something that happens with Windows. Not saying it doesn't happen with the Steam Deck, but the Steam Deck is a little bit smoother with the way that it kind of handles, all this kind of stuff. And the next thing is battery life. Really, it will chew through the battery fairly quickly. I think we've got a 40 amp hour battery in this. I could be wrong. You'd have to check the specs. But what that means is if you're playing something like this, which is obviously very graphically demanding, DayZ. I know it's an old game, but you're asking a lot of the combined GPU, CPU, that you're going to get probably an hour and a half out of it before you're going to want to put it on charge. And it needs quite a beefy charger as well to charge up the Asus Rog Ally. But sort of going past all of that, there we go. Let's spawn in something. Here we go. And then functions. There we go. Just another example of using the fact that this isn't a limited version of DayZ. This is the full PC version. Let's put her into drive. And the Humvee. And off we go, heading north from Chernogorsk. It's from Electro, sorry. Look at this, what are we getting? About 48, 47 frames a second now? Nice view. And of course we could sacrifice some of those frames for having slightly going for the higher textures. In fact, let's go into the settings now so you can see what I've used. There we go. So we've got Windows, object detail medium, terrain detail medium, text detail high, shadow detail high. So yeah, but I think it looks fine. Let's get out. Have we got any zombies chasing us? Not that we can see. So there we go, my friends. Hopefully this has been an interesting showcase of DayZ on the Asus ROG Ally non-extreme version in this sort of situation. Remember, this isn't plugged into any power supply. It's just plugged into a dock so I can use my keyboard and mouse, because PC DayZ, you really need to use it like that. And hopefully I've shown you the fact that you've got the advantage of being a Windows PC. Using mods is no problem at all. So you can join a modded server. You would obviously have to remember that you've only got 512 gigabytes worth of storage inside the ROG Ally. I've got a 512 gigabyte SD card attached to it as well. So if you were playing super modded servers, which had like a modded map, like a Namalsk, plus they had 100 other mods, you're going to have a lot. You may well have storage problems in having all of those onto your little device. So you may well want to go for some of the simpler modded servers that don't rely on hundreds of tens of gigabytes of mods. But apart from that, as you can see, it runs good. It runs smooth, and it is thoroughly enjoyable, and it is full fat DayZ on a handheld gaming device with mods. And there we go. So hopefully this video has been useful. If it has, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.